Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dare to Dream. I'm your host, Graham Williamson, International Intuitive Evidential Medium and Psychic. Welcome to goingsolomedia.com and TV and podcast. We're number one internet talk network, Going Bold Wednesday. I've just been talking to the host, CC Chats, and we're live on, at the moment, WGSN-DB, Facebook and YouTube. For more shows, Roku and Amazon TV. But I've found out we're over 3 million views on Going Solo Media. Yes, thank you, everybody. My show today is about Christmas, what Christmas means to spirit. You can see I'm all festive. I've got Christmas trees around. I make Christmas trees. But what does it mean to spirit? Loved ones, when they pass, most of them know that they've passed from this physical realm into the spirit realm. And they adjust. Some take not long, some take eternity to adjust. They won't accept that they are in another realm. They want to come back to their loved ones. And everybody that's lost a loved one knows full well the heartache on both sides of the realm, the spirit and the physical. But people say, I've lost my loved one, I'm miserable, I can't speak to them, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't hug them. The physical, I fully understand. The emotional, I understand in part. I spoke to my mother the night before she was due to have a major hip surgery, and yet she knew she wasn't going to survive. But she knew if she didn't take the operation, she was going to be a lifetime of pain and suffering. No, I'd rather go on the table and ask to say, I know I'm not going to survive the operation. My heart won't take it. But it's a chance I'm willing to take. And we spoke for 2 hours the night before, through the night, because England's 5 hours ahead of us. She was on the table 8 o'clock in the morning. About 9:30. In Florida, that's 4:30 in the morning, because we're at Eastern time. My wife was woken up to an unusual scent. And I'd written something down about if you smell, hear, or see certain things, it's mama. And I wrote a little thing down. And my wife just said, hey, Graham, now that I'm awake, because I'm a deep sleeper, she says, something happened last night. I said, yeah, Mum passed. She says, yeah, but there's an unusual smell. I said, yeah. And I described it. She said, yeah, that was it. And I was smiling, I was happy. She said, you've just lost your mum. I said, she's out of pain. She can travel where the heck she wants to, when she wants to, how she wants to. She can send her love unconditionally, with no limitation. And she's with all of us that she loves. I said, I live in America. She lived in England. I said, now she could come here and she could talk to me. She reminds me of all these happy memories I've got and all the fun things we did and all the serious stuff as well. My mediumship I take very seriously, even though I'm dressing up looking like one of Santa's elves. Because it's the spirit of my mother, my spirit understanding my mother's spirit, that makes me happy. Christmas is about sharing gifts. My mum and my father gave me the best gifts, called life. My spirit joined my human form, and I lived with my mother until I was 47 on this earth. In fact, I tell a lie, 48. But I've got all those memories of my mother. Some are good, some are bad. But those memories are trapped up here. And occasionally, when I see, hear, feel, sense something different, or something just makes itself known to my conscious self, I know it's my mum reminded me of a certain situation, a song, or a smell, or clothing, or style, or whatever it is. And I laugh. I said, I hear you, Mum. And I understand the memory has been activated by my mother. I'm not sad that my mother passed. I'm glad that she's out of pain. I miss her physical hugs. I miss her scent. But I hear her. I feel her. I know she's around me. Whenever I need it, or whenever she needs to be near me, it's amicable. I'm the only one out of all my siblings that work in this spiritual mediumship and psychic. All my other siblings don't want to. That's fine. They went nursing. I didn't want to go nursing. My mum was a nurse. My dad was a nurse. Aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, they all do nursing in some form or another. But I don't. I nurse the soul. I nurse the spirit. I became a reverend with Universal Life Ministries because of my in confidence counseling of people. You have to have certification in Florida. And I don't have it. But becoming a minister, I can talk one-to-one in strictest confidence. And I'll never breach that. Because my mum and my grandmother, who was also a medium, taught me the fundamentals and left us all to choose our own path, spiritual or not. So Christmas means more to me than most people. It's not about the Christmas presents I'm going to get. It's not about what's in it for me. It's about remembering all those 47 Christmases I had with my mother and my father. In fact, my father a little bit more because he passed away afterwards, my stepfather. Then I found out my real father had passed away a number of years ago. And I don't know him, but if it wasn't for him and my mum in the first marriage, I wouldn't be here. So thank you. Christmas time to celebrate life, your life, with those that have passed. Yeah, they can't eat the Christmas dinner or laugh at you burning the turkey or whatever it is, but Christmas means so much to you. But spirit love Christmas because it raises the vibration around the people that are celebrating Christmas. Even the slightest gift, a smile, a nod, and a thank you, means more to some people than a package you spent thousands and thousands of dollars on. I've got cats in our home, 3 cats. Their greatest toy is a small, a flat cardboard box with a little rim all the way around. Don't stand about that high. It's a big one. The cats go in there and they lay in there, they're scratching there. They're as happy as Larry. Why? They feel safe, they feel known, they feel loved by us putting the box down for them. I spoke to a person a couple of days ago walking past me at the store I was at. I said, "Merry Christmas to you, young man." And the gentleman was well into retirement age. He said, "Why do you call me a young man?" I says, "I could see that twinkle in your eye. Your physical body's a little bit more mature, but your spirit," I said, "it's beautiful." I says, "I can imagine you, in my mind's eye, doing the things that you do to make people laugh." And I'm thinking, "Merry Christmas, young man." And he looked at me and cocked his head and he said, "You got that right, lad. Thank you." And he went off. Happy as Larry. That's a British term. Sorry, that's where I come from. But it was a simple conversation. It means a lot to your loved ones that you're honouring their memory. But you have to open your mouth. You have to show more than just your words. Your actions speak louder than words. But if you only think it, it's not going to do much. It will open a few doorways, but opening your mouth to speak speaks volumes of who you are. I've been working with spirit all my life, and I don't have to think what I'm going to say. I've had time all my life to prepare for this moment to talk to you. consciously, I have no clue. I just know I told my host, Cece, let's call the title. I've been told I've got to call the title, What Christmas Means to Spirit. That's all I know. But the present I'm having of sharing what I'm speaking about now means more to me than anything I can do. Because Christmas is a special day that everybody puts their heart and soul into. But for one day, it means special for one day. I'm going to break a few molds here. I have Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year every single day. How can I do that? That's what you're thinking. I wake up in the morning, I arise. I'm not going against any religious belief here. I'm just using the terminology to emphasize why I do what I do. I arise every morning, Easter. I am thankful every morning that I did arise. The present is my life that my parents gave to me through God. And the New Year part is my resolution to do better now. So every morning I have that Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. I celebrate Christmas even more every day, 365 days a year. I cook my turkey. I'm a cook from the Royal Navy, retired. I know how to cook a big meal. But what matters most to me is, I hope I did it right, Mum. Grandma, I know it's different to the way you do it, and I'm talking to the spirits that are around me, around my family here on earth. I include them in all my celebrations because they are part of my heart. They're part of my makeup and yours, your loved ones. Yes, they passed, and sometimes tragically, sometimes sadly. Even suicide, murder, or whatever, an accidental drug overdose, heart attack, knocked unconscious, slip and fall. All these ways of passing over. Horrible, horrible. People say, Grant, you take risks. You climb up high and you're doing all this. The fall will kill you. I said, no, it won't. It's the landing that always kills you. The falling's no problem. You've got time to say, oh, heck, I'm wrong, or whatever. If you're lucky. I've been zapped by electricity, picking up an electric fence that was live and I didn't know it. And other things that have happened in my life. But I look back and say, I survived. My loved ones that are on the other side didn't, physically. But they're here every minute they choose to be, or when I am in need. Sometimes I don't have to ask them. I know they're there. You see, the Christmas spirit is in everybody. It's whether you use it, fulfill it, or ignore it. This is why I do this show, Dare to Dream, on Going Solo Media. It's because my Christmas spirit refuses to wait for one day of the year to celebrate, or a birthday, or an anniversary, or a special occasion. Every day should be a special occasion because your loved ones on the other side don't have days like we do, don't have hours like we do, don't have time like we do. So they have to wait for you to celebrate a specific moment when they could be with you 24/7 if you so allow. Because believe it or not, you have full control of what spirit will come or not. You accept them or you don't accept them. And I have been on ghost hunting expeditions. I have toured bad places, good places, people didn't know sort of places, like homes. And, I didn't know we got a ghost in here. I've experienced it. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I've learned one thing for sure. A strong heart that is true to the truth will stop negativity. You can say the words, but if your heart's not in it, you may as well keep your mouth shut. I've been afraid. I've seen stuff. But then I've turned around and said, hang on a minute, and I've gone back again and said, you ain't been. Look at what happened to Father Christmas on the Miracle on 42nd Street. Santa Claus. It's the spirit of the person that created Christmas, St. Nicholas, all them years ago. The spirit continues to grow. If you believe in good, positivity, happiness, giving, sharing, empathy, that's Christmas. And spirit will always come around you. Say thank you for remembering us. Thank you for doing the best. Thank you for upholding the things that we taught you when you were young. If you're not doing that, they will try and guide you. They can't tell you what to do. They can advise you. You choose. You've always got a choice when spirits are around. I've got tile on my fireplace here. It's less than 3 foot away. It's got an image on it of a lady. But if I look at that tile at a different angle, it looks like Santa Claus. Seriously. If you want to see a picture of it, I can post it on Facebook or email it you. I have many ways in which to communicate with you as well as spirit. Because I've learned to open my mouth and say, can I come in? Are you listening? You've come in to listen to the show, but you can email me on amedium77@gmail.com, or you can contact me by phone on 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. If you don't, I will not respond because it's important. I know it's a genuine call, not a prankster. I know, as I say, I'm on Facebook. Look up my name, Graham Williamson. You can see my face. I've got glasses. And I will help you as best I can. That's the only guarantee I can give you. As I say, this is Dare to Dream. I'm your host, Graham Williamson, international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. And I use those words very carefully and respectfully. Because international, because I've come from England, I've travelled the Mediterranean, I've done the North Pole, South Pole, East Coast of America. I've travelled and I've shared spirit adventures. And if you ever want a reading or a question you want to ask, please come on the show. I'd love to do a mini reading, and it will be a mini reading. It won't be an in-depth one because of time. Okay. I'm here every 2 weeks. My next show will be January the 4th, 2023. Yeah, next year. I can safely say next year. Because Sunday is our special day. And I hope you've got your turkey ready. If not, we've got a little bit spare, and I make a very good turkey pot pie. Because being a cook, I don't waste food. But spirit are waiting for you to honor their memory. Don't be sad that they've gone. Think about how they passed. Did it take them a long time? If it took a long time, don't remember the long time of them being ill. Remember the time before they were ill, while they were still able, still full of life, and get up and go and sharing adventures with you and their wisdom, or not. Some people say, oh, well, God, they died because they were really nasty to me. Yeah, but you learned something. You survived. And you can't hold grudges for eternity. You can choose to, and I can tell you it isn't very productive in your growth spiritually. This side of the realm or next side. Because the simple fact, those that have negative aspects, think about it, negative aspects don't progress. They go within themselves. Ego takes control, and you perpetuate the cycle of negativity. But when you're positive, open, happy, empathic, compassionate, loving, just think of all that energy. The spirit of Christmas is about celebrating, giving. And all those millions upon millions of people are sending out that thought, I'm going to have fun on Christmas Day, which is wonderful. As I said, I celebrate it every day. I'm crazier. I'm crazier because I don't want to wait for Christmas. I don't want to sit at home and have to go to work, have to do this, have to do that. And I've got to wait for one more day before. Well, how many days is it? 5 more days? 4 more days to Christmas. I'm enjoying it now because Christmas, I'm going to reap the benefit of it. I'm going to sit with my wife and our animals. We don't know if anybody's coming. The door's open. As long as you're courteous and respectful. You don't have to bring anything but yourself. Think about it. My mum and my father created me and my siblings. And Christmas was a magical time. I watched James Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life. I cry every year I see it. Because the epitome of spirit, Clarence getting his wings, it still gets me. I've been to Disney at my 50th birthday. And I was told by the security officer who's been there probably from the beginning, he says, sir, I want to tell you something. I've been doing this job most of my life. And you're the first guy I've met who's the biggest kid and the epitome of Disney. I thought he was joking. Who am I? Yeah. But I was saying Merry Christmas, Happy Day, making kids smile. I was sharing my exuberance of being at Disney in a respectful way. Yeah, I'm a bit crazy and eccentric, but I'm respectful. My guts, my intuition have helped me understand how I can talk, how I can react, how I can empathize, how I can communicate with people on their level. And I can talk in different ways. This is the spirit of Christmas, the giving of your time and your heart and your love for others. You can be egotistical and say, I want the most expensive toy. Oh, that's the wrong colour. Or I want a different one. I want and be ungrateful. Or you can be like my cats, get a cardboard box. I remember as a child, we had boxes given us, and we made one of my uncles, he made them into houses or garages or sheds. And we were driving our cars in and out. We played more with a cardboard box than a toy. Because it allowed our imagination, freedom and growth. We weren't being crazy. We were being kids enjoying the spirit of Christmas. That's because of our loved ones are around us saying, we want you to remember us when you were children, when you were my partner, when you were my friend. That's what it means to be with Christmas and the spirit, connected. I've got memories behind me. I've got the Tower Bridge there. I've got my rainbow from my grandson there. I've got the Dare to Dream picture there. There it is. I've got an eagle that my daughter drew. I've got pictures all over. This is from my past, but they're here and now because it's Christmas every day. All these beautiful presents I've got. My grandmother's dish that I've got the wrong side there. Grandmother's dish. Christmas. The pictures at the top. That's family. You see, what Christmas means to spirit is joy, love, peace, happiness, empathy, compassion, caring. All those words, plus many others, positive ones. This show is about sharing, uplifting your energy, your spirit, to enable you to enjoy days when you think you're on your own. You're never on your own. For one thing, you've got me, myself, and I. And if anybody near you, there's you. Plus, you got spirits around you, tapping into your memories. So how can you be alone? Physically, yes. You can be alone physically. But also, that's a time to recoup, rethink, reevaluate, recharge, regenerate. Think about it. Every single day you've got a chance. I'm a recovered alcoholic, for God's sake. I've not touched a drop of alcohol at all for 21 years because I choose not to. I've got enough spirit inside me and around me. I don't need to buy it in a bottle or a beer. I choose not to drink anymore. I could go in a bar and have a pint if I want. But I said, no. When I come here and I've met my wife, I had a chance for a new life, a better life. And it was at Christmas. I came 17th of December 2001. I met Sandy, my wife, December the 19th. And I've been by her side ever since. She's my Christmas present every day. Seriously. She makes me happy because I'm happy in myself, which makes her happy, and vice versa. When she's happy, it makes me happy. I don't control her. She doesn't control me. She doesn't tell me what to do. Sometimes she says, hey, Graham, have you thought that out? Because I'm the one normally wrong. I've got 5 sisters. I've got 3 daughters. And I've got a beautiful lady called my wife. My Christmas spirit are because of my happiness. From my heart, I speak to you. I'm your host of Dare to Dream. I'm an international intuitive medium and psychic. And I want you to contact me. I want you to come on the show. Or you can email me at amedium77@gmail.com. Or you can call me on 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message. And I am in Florida. So if you've seen this in another country, you're going to have to dial the international codes. But leave a voice message. Or look me up on Facebook and if you want to talk to me. And I'll be taking a break shortly. And I'll be back in about a minute or so. But I hope you come back and we'll talk a little bit more about Christmas and spirit. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. I've got something I want to show you. This is a Christmas tree made out of beads. I'll turn it off so you can see the beads. And I make them for my friends. Sometimes you need cheering up. You need a reminder. You need a kick. And when you look at a gift from somebody that means something to you, it makes you think. And I know there's a lot of people around that are on their own physically. Well, thank goodness for the media. And going solo media for a start off. Because you can come and join in during the Christmas period. You can watch all the shows the other hosts have made. I'm practically the only evidential medium in going solo. But each of us are a facet of one energy, human life and spirit. Each of us are connected. You are drawn to those you like or you don't like. You learn a lesson, a good one or a bad one. You choose. But coming into going solo media, I never thought I'd ever do my own show. I always want to talk to people. I always want to share what I know. And look where I am, over a year now. And now we're over 3 million views for the whole Going Solo network. That's an achievement all due to one lady, CC Sachs, the host of the show, the creator. This is just my little slot in her fantastic media outlet. You see, I never know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't read the future because I like to change it every single day. I dare to dream every single day. As I became host of this show, I'm the host, Graham Williamson, international intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. And I work with and for spirit to help you understand your life's purpose if you so allow. I'm not going to do anything you don't like. If you don't like it, you can stop me or leave. I don't care either way because I only care what I can give you. If I can't give you anything, I'm fine. Because each person understands things differently. Perspective. I'm not saying my way is the only way. It isn't. Every single one of us have our own individual purpose and path. It's up to each individual to find their own purpose and path. But sometimes you need ideas, interaction, communication, connection. That's why we have such things as the media and international media. This is going all over America. It's probably going all over the world. And I've learned to talk slower because coming from England, where I come from in Derby, which is the Midlands, we talk a lot quicker and shorten the words. So you need a little bit of what I'm talking about. You see, I mumble. But when I came over here, I learned to slow down and talk correctly in order for people to at least find out what I'm talking about. But that's the spirit of Christmas. Communicating happy thoughts, interaction, connection. You know, you don't have to be miserable. If you feel that you're miserable, go into a park or go in the woodland and watch nature. I guarantee you're going to look and you say, what the heck am I sitting here for? And just take a little bit longer to look down and see what's around you. You're alive. You're supposed to be one of the superior mental intellects of this planet. And yet, I watch a bird feeding its young, or a bat feeding from the sky, or a bird. Their lives are on about survival. Survival of the fittest. We're supposed to be at the top of the food chain. We're not. But our spirit is connected with every single living thing on this earth. That energy is transmitted through everything, in everything. I don't know the scientific terminology for that, but I do know I feel the energy from everything I come in contact with. So when I sit, in fact, I just went to a house and they got two big pincers, big dogs. I know, growling and barking. I just stood there passively. And the big one just sat down, stopped growling, started wagging his tail. Because I wasn't afraid. Because I wasn't going to do any harm. And I'm not going to run away from the dog that big. I couldn't run fast enough. And the owner of the house went, how did you do that? He doesn't like people. That's what he knows. I'm not afraid of him. Why should I be afraid of him? I don't know him. I'm only afraid of somebody I don't know, or a shark, and I'm cut. I run away. You know, animals can sense whether you're going to do harm or not. It takes a lot of practice. They don't do it, just because Graham said. He did. I've had a lot more experience with animals. I'm not afraid of snakes. If they bite me, it's because of my stupidity. Or I'm just not watching what I'm doing. 9 times out of 10, you have an accident. But Spirit of Christmas is not about accidents. Spirit of Christmas is pre-thought, care, understanding, what I can give to somebody else to make them smile. Animals make me smile. People can make me smile. Clouds can make me, whatever it is, it can make me smile because I'm not expecting anything from them. They give it me freely. I just have to look correctly and listen correctly. So what Spirit give me at Christmas is joy. So I don't wait, as I said at the beginning of the show, I don't wait for Christmas Day. I do it every day. Some days I don't feel like it, but I know if I don't, I'm going to regret it later. And I'd rather not live in regret. So suck it up. Okay, I'll survive another day because I never thought I'd be past 31 years of age because of my living, how badly I was living. But in that time, I had a son and a daughter. Wow. They're my gifts. I've got 2 stepdaughters. They're my gifts. I've got friends in my life. They're my gifts. I got people like Cece. She's my friend. There's a gift. So you see, all these interactions I've had in my life, even from the bad time to the positive now time, all mean positive attitude. It's the attitude and choice you make that make Christmas and Spirit happy. Remember them in the fun time. Remember them in the joy and the sharing. Remember that they didn't want to leave. They had to leave. There was no choice. Even those that killed themselves, suicide, they 9 times out of 10 pull the trigger or take the pills or whatever way they choose to die. The last split second of it, dang, I don't want to do it. Too late. Sometimes the Spirit can come back and relearn and do something better. Sometimes they can't. Sometimes they live in their own ego on the other realm, and the light gets dimmer and dimmer because it's feeding upon itself. There's nothing coming in to give it energy. The energy is like a battery. It'll eventually dissipate. It'll get smaller and smaller. It doesn't stop living. It's just hardly any light. What Christmas means to Spirit is please give love and joy for those memories of those on the other side. Share. Can you remember what Mum used to do, or Dad used to do, or brother, or husband, wife, whatever. Even the dogs and cats. I talk about animals all the time. They're my family. Everything's family to me. I had a bad way of showing what family meant. But I learn and I try to do better each day to correct that. It's a long process. But at least it's a process. I am willing to change myself to make myself happier so others can see I'm not such a klutz after all. I may be alone in the way I do it. Hey, I'm happy. I've got somebody who loves me for what I am. My wife, my animals, my daughters, and my son in their own way. I don't live in their lives. They live in mine or not. It's their choice. But Christmas has to mean something special for you. What makes you happy? And if your loved ones have gone, they're not physically not going to come back the way you expect. But they'll always remind you that they're around. It's them tapping your memories. So, when we do this, don't be sad about it. They're remembering a happy moment. So why be sad for a happy moment? And pardon me for saying this, don't be selfish. Say, I want to be here. They do want to be here, but they can't. They accept that they can't be here physically. So remember the good times, especially at Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, New Year, and anniversaries and birthdays. But have them every day. Don't just wait for the one day of the year, 2 days, whatever days of the year you've got, because you don't know how long you've got left on this earth. If you wait for another day to say thank you to somebody, you may miss the chance. They may pass, or you may pass. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Then you know what's happened behind you, and you can open your mouth and say thank you, or I didn't agree with that, I'm going to do it different. But do something positive. Say, have Christmas every day. I tell you, your life will turn around and you're going to go, I didn't think of this. But keep your feet grounded, because you're spirit having a human experience. You really are. Your energy activates your physical body. It's when your spiritual body leaves your physical, your body stops working. Your heart stops. And we've known of near-death experiences of people coming back. Look at Father Scrooge. He had the three ghosts coming back. They taught him a lesson of how he was. Look what he became. Beautiful story. Ebenezer Scrooge. Even the Grinch. Elves at Christmas. All these wonderful shows. Somebody put time into them to create something to make you remember what Christmas is about and what Christmas means to spirit. Look at all the shows that you see, all the songs, the hymns. They're there to remind you of happy times. So play your music how you want to every single day. It doesn't have to be Christmas music. Something that makes you happy. Because it makes spirit happy on the other side going, now you get it. Now you're enjoying life. This is what we wanted for you. We left before we could get you to the point of being happy. We made you sad when we left. We don't want you to be sad, though. We want you to live. Because you'll be coming up here one day. That would make them feel miserable. But I don't know how to think on that. I just know my mum, my grandmother, my father, my grandfather, all those I've loved and lost, they were up there and they're saying, Graham, do your best now, because when you come up here, we're going to tell you off. Then we're going to hug you in a spiritual way and say, you did the best you could. Because that is one thing I'm telling you, not with me. I did the best I can. Are you doing the best you can? Now, we're going to finish in a minute. But what I wanted to say to you is Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year. Come back January the 4th, 5 o'clock. And I'm your host of Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson. I'm an international evidential medium and psychic. Email me at a medium, AMEDIUM77 @gmail.com if you want readings or whatever. Or you can phone me on 352-409-1060 or leave a voice message. And I live Central Florida, USA. Or connect with me on Facebook. I'm fine. But please join me on the show. Like, share, comment, subscribe to social media, because this show is just one facet of a lot of shows that can uplift and support you. It's the singles going solo network and radio. We do TV and podcasts, and I'm on every 2 weeks. There we go. And we're up to 3 million plus views of our shows. Just think about over 3 million. That's phenomenal. Less than a month ago, it was 2 million. So we're doing something right if it's reaching so many people. And if you want a reading or classes or whatever I can do to help you, contact us. Look on all the other shows that we have on Going Solo Media. There's somebody there to help you, or you can listen and help yourself. This is what it's about. Going solo doesn't mean doing it alone. It means standing up for yourself. Now, I'm going to say it again. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to be a couple of pounds heavier and a lot more tired, but a lot more happier. And I thank you for joining me. And see you next time.